Okay, so we are in the articulation activity. We have a skull to start with. I've added an activity controls menu here that's repositionable. Some or all of these buttons may not be needed. At some point, I also thought I'd move the pass-through button over to here and have this in the other activities too, but I'm not sure about that yet. So what we have in this version is an improvement in the building mechanisms, the scoring mechanisms, and the the fact that you can now make errors and mistakes, and then those are recoverable. So I do have a couple of changes to make to these bone prefabs to make it completely ready, but the functionality should all be in place. I'm going to test this now and record the whole thing. So we have, there's the skull. Well, the lighting doesn't seem quite right in this. It was fine a minute ago, so I don't know what's going on with that. But what we can do is we can start building away from the skull. So I've put the mandible on there. We now want to put the C1 and C2, and I can just snap those together and they appear correct. They are now an entirely new assembly by themselves. So I can find the different chunks of the spine. That one and that one. And one I'll go for a sacrum as well, so that we're full. Sacrum. There. Okay, so we build this out like this. Okay. Nope, no, it's this one. There we go. So we have a spine. Now what we can do is I just accidentally pressed an eject button. So each object that you fuse into the main object has an eject button on it. That's these buggers here. So not all of them are quite in the right position yet. I do need to go and reposition some of them because they're not quite visible properly when things are snapped together. Like, yeah, for some reason there should be one here, but it seems to have gone. Basically, what you can do is you can eject any of the individual pieces using the eject button. So I can press that button there and it removes it from there and ejects it. And then I put it back in. See what I mean about some of the things? So that needs to get moved so that it's visible. So let's just stick the sacrum on the back. How does that go again? Dunk, dunk, dunk. There we go, right on the back. So now I can take this assembly and I can snap it into the correct place on the skull. Then we can start building the rest out. So we can start with the os coxae. There we go. So there we go. And then we can find thigh bones. Like that. And I can find more leg bones. So arms, leggy. That's another long bone. Oh, that's a clavicle. We don't want that. Leg bone. Okay, so Okay. Then we have oh my god. Accidental scaling. I'm never quite sure where to put these. Oh, they're so annoying. Problem is, I don't quite know this anatomy, and it's I'm going to put feet on first. That's what I'm going to do, because also it looks really weird. Very strange. There's a foot and another foot. Does that help this? Oh, I don't know. Where does it want to go? Oh, I'm going to come back to this in a minute. Right. We can do the kneecaps, can't we? 1, 2. So you do have to be the right way round and stuff for things to work. And let's go back up. So we need to do rib cage. That is one thing. I think you really need to have something to build on. So I don't think I could take, say, the scapula, because there's nothing for it to anchor to until you've put the rib cage in. So you sort of have to do it in a certain order. But then I think you would have to do it in a certain order if you were doing it real life as well. With a real... Oh, hang on, that's the wrong way around, isn't it? Or am I completely wrong? No, I'm completely wrong. Am I? It's upside down. Bloody hell. Jesus. There we go. Upside. See, you know I'm not a professional. Well, I'm not a professional this. Right, now we can do the shoulders. Get that positioning right. Yeah, I think so. Or is it? No, it's that way. There we go. I want the other one. So that's in. And then we can do clavicles. I've got one up there, one up there. Oh, I never remember these ones either. And if you do scale them, they do, when you get them right, they do scale back down to the same scale as the skeleton, the overall one. Oh, it was the wrong one. Right. Okay. So we're back there, somewhere here. There we go. See how it's scaled down there to match the skeleton size. Okay, now we need to do long arm bone. humerus. And then we need to do there. There we go. There we go. I'm always struggle with the position of these ones as well. Is that right? Yeah, that's not in the right location, is it? No, it's not. The position of this one is slightly off. See, it did say not quite, try again. But it did look almost right. There we go. That's better. So it will let you snap and make mistakes. So, like, you can try to do the wrong thing, and it will snap into the wrong location if it's just right. Where are we now? So arm. Is that one that way up? I don't know. Hashtag not a professional. I don't remember which way that goes. Right. I'm missing 3 things. I'm missing a sternum, which I can whack in there. And I'm missing 2 hands. Hang on. That should be over there. I think. Yes. Where's the angle? There we go. And now, let's see. Can I get these in? Or is it that way? That's the way. So it's the thick way down. There we go. And now, if I do try and get these ones in, which we're really not having it before, and I'm pleased to see that the count is now correct, because the count was off before, but I think it was counting the cranium as a 35, but it wasn't sort of giving it to you because it was already placed. Oh, you do not like me, this one. How many ways are there for this to go? Oh, there we go. Right, and that gives me an idea. I think it's because it's like there's such a big gap. There we go. Done. Is finished. 35 out of 35. All done, all correct. I think what I need to do is make sure that all of these, I did about half of them, made sure they were all visible in the right location, but there's a bunch of others that aren't in the right location. And the reason for that is that I edited the skeleton to make it the right way around, because before it was facing the other way by default. But then that meant everything else was now facing the wrong way. So I've got to fix them. Whee! There he is. All done.